Hey everyone, morning. Nice to have you all here. Um, we're happy to kick off the morning for you all. Just a few little things to talk about. Everything we're going to show you is forward-looking. Per standard, plans might change. Make sure you do all your surveys and make sure you kind of give us feedback. And both Toussaint and I are excited to have you all here. So today we're going to talk about what we're doing on the partner side to accelerate what you're doing on your organizations with partner tooling, whether that's BI, whether that's things like DBT, whether that's things like other partner integrations, right? And our mission as part of this team is, you all have your tooling, you all have your things that you built your applications with, your analytics reporting layer, your transformations layer. And we want to make sure we can empower this. You can work seamlessly with any tooling, in any language, with any kind of user persona. And to be able to achieve this, right, we've been kind of looking at it both from a breadth perspective and depth perspective. When we kind of zoom out for a sec, right, over the years, what we've been focusing on is how do we build an ecosystem where you kind of have a set of partners from BI to governance to ML to integration where you have this big set of options you can pick from. But for the top used ones that we have, for example, for BI, these are things like Power BI, Tableau, Looker, Sigma, right? How do we give you a deeper experience that makes your workflows easier, saves you time, and makes your life overall easier? A part of those efforts, for example, is Partner Connect, right? Where for a lot of those tools you saw, you can kind of come into our UI, select the partner, select the integration, and then we will set up a trial and experience for you, and then kind of bring that back and make that work. But this is just one example, right? And a lot of our customers started with Partner Connect, but then kind of expand and use some of the other capabilities that we do. And a lot of this is evident from the excitement we see in the market from our customers, you guys, right? Which is what this is showing, and I know this is like a chart up to the right, but is the number of queries that we see. I think this is like rolling 7-day window from just partner tooling, like such as your BI tools, like such as DBT, just on Databricks SQL. And this has been growing like crazy year after year. And as we build more integrations and deeper integrations, this seems to be kind of giving you guys more usage. And a lot of this is obviously enabled by having the connectivity layer, having the connectors, having all of those tooling at the client plan, but also at the platform level. And Databricks SQL is powering a lot of these things with Unity Catalog, right? When we kind of think about partners, right, you can kind of have that analytic solutions, BI solutions, or a lot of these solutions without having the data warehousing side kind of solved. And with DB SQL, that is kind of how we get all the way from governance to things like concurrency, lower latencies, being able to serve at scale, and kind of give you all of that at great price performance. And with that, I kind of want to set the agenda of all the things Toussaint and I are going to talk to you guys about today, specifically about the partner side and all the new and exciting things we're building there. So we have 3 main kind of things to cover. We'll spend most of our time on the new integration side, kind of give you an update on what we're doing in Microsoft ecosystem, with Tableau, with Salesforce, a lot of these partners. Then we have a quick segue about what we're doing on the APIs and open drivers side to kind of make it a bit easier for all of you all to integrate with your applications, with your portals, with all of those things. And finally, probably more exciting than any of the stuff we talked about before, is going to be showing you some demos of how all of this new stuff works. So with that, I'll hand it off to Toussaint.
Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate you all showing up here at 8 a.m. As I look out into the crowd, I don't see many coffee cups, so I guess you all are morning people, or maybe faking it till you make it. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the new integrations that we have for connecting to partners. As John mentioned, our goal and our mission is to make connectivity as seamless as possible for you all to the tools that you know and you love. On a personal side, this is my first presentation at Data and AI Summit. I recently joined Databricks, so I'm very excited to talk to you all about these new integrations, where we built on existing experiences and also created net new ones. So to start, we'll talk about Power BI. How many of you all use Power BI today? Can I get a show of hands? Looks like the whole room. And so we know this here at Databricks, that Power BI is a very, very important partner to us and to you all, and so we want to make that experience great. So last year, we started with Publish to Power BI from Unity Catalog. This was an experience that allowed you to go directly from Unity Catalog, take a table or schema, and publish it as a semantic model within Power BI, really trying to help you all with those ad hoc analyses. And so we wanted to take that a step further this year, rather than just being for one-off analyses, being able to do this at scale and for production use cases. So we have Power BI tasks, which are now within Lakeflow jobs. So you can tack this on to the end of an existing pipeline, to once you're going from like a bronze layer to gold layer, and then just send that to Power BI so that your analytics will be up to date and you can do all of the things that you need to do within Power BI. This is available in public preview today, so I recommend you all go and check it out and give us feedback, and we'll hopefully meet your expectations. And coming soon for this, we'll also be working on incremental refresh. So this means that we'll be able to publish those semantic models in a more performant way for you all as well. So staying with task types, DBT is again one of our premier partners at Databricks. And we want to make the experience with DBT Cloud just as great as it is with DBT Core, their open source product. So we have the DBT Core task, which allows you to handle your transformations directly within Lakeflow jobs, and we're now bringing that to DBT Cloud as well. And so you'll be able to run an existing DBT Cloud job or configure and schedule a new DBT Cloud job. And this one actually just launched to private preview, so if you're interested and you're a DBT Cloud user, we would love for you all to reach out to your Databricks account team to get you all set up for the private preview. The next one is on Tableau. It seems like this is a Power BI room, but I'll ask, how many people here use Tableau? I mean, I see some duplicated hands here, so maybe you're using both. In this case, again, we wanted to make this a seamless experience. Previously, when trying to use Tableau Cloud, you'd have to go to Tableau Cloud, find the Databricks schema or table that you're looking for, configure the connection, a lot of manual steps, and we really want to simplify that down to a few easy steps. And now, directly from Unity Catalog, the same way with Publish to Power BI, you can find a data set, a schema, a table that you're interested in, hit Explore in Tableau, and you will land in the Tableau UI, Tableau Cloud UI, and be able to start playing with that data set. So zero setup on your behalf. It's very easy to get going with analytics. So now I'm going to talk to you about some new integrations, or new integrations in the sense that we didn't have them before, so we're not really building on an existing experience. And the first one is spreadsheet connectivity. When I talk to customers, it's a love-hate relationship between spreadsheets. People hate them, but everyone uses them. So then you all continue to have spreadsheets in your data architecture. And as Databricks and as the partner ecosystem team, our goal again is to make it easy to connect to the tools that you love or hate, but the ones that you use. And so we started with Google Sheets. Now within the Google Sheets UI, there's an add-on for Databricks that allows you to connect to your SQL warehouse, run SQL queries, and now you no longer have to go into Databricks, write a query, download that as a CSV, and then open that in Google Sheets. We'll continue to improve on this experience as we develop. And then the big one would be Excel, which is coming soon. We want to offer a similar experience where instead of having to use the ODBC driver and download it, or work with your IT team to get that downloaded and configured, or have to use connection strings, where you can just go in, see an add-on, install it, and then get going with your analytics in Excel. So these are two pieces that we're really excited about to help you all use your spreadsheeting tools easier with Databricks. And the next one is one that I'm really excited about. So as I mentioned, this is my first Data and AI Summit. I also recently joined Databricks, and this is my first full end-to-end launch. And it's the Databricks Power Platform Connector. Every year when we set out to think about what it is that we want to achieve as the partner ecosystem team, we look at what are the asks from you all, the customers coming through, the reps of where do you want to see better connectivity, where do you want to see new connectivity, and Power Platform was the #1 ask from customers. So with this connector, you'll be able to build Power Apps, create Copilot Studio agents using your data in Databricks, and create automation workflows. This feature just launched to public preview today, specifically for Azure Databricks. And coming soon, we'll be offering this experience for our customers on AWS and GCP. And so I just wanted to hammer home like how much of a better experience that this is. Before this, you had to use custom connectors, REST APIs, copy data from Databricks into other systems to try to get it into Power Platform. And we've completely simplified that now, where you can still have the maintained governance that UC or Unity Catalog provides. You no longer have to copy data because it's a live connection, and it's all embedded within the Power Platform UI. You just go in, configure the connection, and you're off to the races with building your Power Platform applications. And so don't just take it from me. We've had a lot of customers that we really appreciate who've helped us test this product out and make sure that it's ready for you all in public preview. One of them is Coty, which is a global beauty brand. And they use Power Platform to build applications that can help them manage safety incidents within their warehouses, which is very crucial to keep warehouse employees safe and also make sure they're delivering high-quality products. Before Power Platform, they were using manual reconciliation across Excel files or handwritten documents, which obviously led to frustrations for the people who had to do that reconciliation, but also led to error-prone issues. And as a result, they moved to Power Platform, and they were able to develop these applications. But the last step was being able to connect to Databricks. They had to have a custom connector that they were maintaining and had to keep updated. And now we've completely simplified that experience for them so that they can focus on keeping their warehouse employees safe rather than how are they going to configure the connections. The next one is UK Power Networks. This is a leading energy and electricity company within the UK. And for them, they use Power Platform to help when inclement weather has occurred and they're getting a lot of phone calls like, where's my power? My power is out. And so they've built a Power app that helps their call handlers be able to provide customers with real-time information, which is crucial in situations where weather is bad, which I assume we all have experienced. And so now, again, with the Azure Databricks connector for Power Platform, they're going to be able to provide those live updates much, much easier, and there's going to be less of a learning curve for them to continue to set up new Power Platform applications with their data in Azure Databricks. So I'm going to hand it back to Jean to talk about drivers and APIs.
Awesome. Thanks, Toussaint. So just a quick segue before we switch to the demos is a few things we've been kind of excited about on the drivers and API side. And just to zoom out a bit, right? You know, when we kind of think about the ecosystem, we kind of think about all the connectors for individual BI tools that we have, right? Things like Tableau, Power BI, Power Platform stuff. But at the same time, we're also looking at it from like, hey, you know, our customers have applications. There's a lot of connectivity needs outside of these specific, you know, built-in app, packaged apps. So how can we serve, you know, your Python apps, your Go apps, your Node.js apps in a way that's performant, that's stable, and that's, you know, scalable? And that's why when we talk about the ecosystem, 50% of the ecosystem is about, giving you guys this programmatic capability across your stack and making sure, that is solid. So this year, there's two things that are kind of exciting and new that we've been working on. One of them is we're actually releasing a new open source JDBC driver, soon to be open source. It's not too open source just yet, but it is actually up on our download page. You can go ahead and start using it. You'll hear more about it later on. This is a way for us to just iterate a bit faster and kind of give back to the community. On the second side, a bit more exciting, we've partnered with Microsoft to also work on an ADBC driver, which is Apache Arrow-based database connectivity. And this is something that Microsoft is doing on their side with Power BI so that they integrate this driver as opposed to the ODBC driver they use today to give a better overall experience in terms of DAX operator pushdowns, faster refreshes, faster data transfer, and all of those things. So we're excited about both of these things kind of happening in the open source ecosystem. So with that, I kind of want to switch gears and start kind of showing you guys some stuff. So we'll go through like 4 demos, right? We're going to go through, we're going to show you all, using Google Sheets, that integration. We're going to show you all about how we do the Power BI tasks and how that kind of works with Power BI task type. And then we're going to show you a few things about the, Power App side that we've been working on. All right, so with that, let's switch over to show you all the Google Sheets experience. So one of the things I'll say is today, right, if I wanted to go from data in Databricks to Google Sheets, what I have to actually do is go to Databricks UI, download a CSV or Excel, come here, say import, and then, do a lot of that. But that involves a lot of steps. You need to remember which query lists were and kind of get all of that, which is kind of horrible. What if instead of that, I can come into the Google Sheets UI directly, get the Databricks connector for Google Sheets, log in to my workspace using, my single sign-on experience that I have with, my Databricks workspace. From there, right, start by picking the warehouse I have. Again, I don't remember my cluster URL. I don't need to remember any configuration parameters. I pick from a UI. In this case, I can pick a serverless warehouse, for example, or something. And then I type my SQL query, and then I can just run it. And behind the scenes, right, this actually uses the SQL REST API. So one of those open APIs that we've been talking about. So it does not have any other dependencies, or it doesn't have any other services in between. Talks to your Databricks environment, and then brings back the results just like that. You can refresh them. You can keep them up to date. You can manage multiple queries. We're going to enhance this experience so that you can see your historical runs, and then you'll be able to manage more than one query refresh at the same time. But this is the direction we're kind of going on the spreadsheet side. That sidebar experience is going to be similar on Excel too. And as we improve and add capabilities to both of those things, for example, maybe like a lower code experience where maybe you don't have to write as much SQL, right? Those things are going to be available across both of those products. So we kind of want to have a consistent, end user spreadsheet experience when you're kind of connecting to all of these things. And this is live already as a public preview. Excel is going to be coming soon. So I'm excited to hear what you guys think about it once you play with it. So next up in our list is the Power BI task type. Just to recap, right? Publish to Power BI, as you remember, as Toussaint mentioned, is a way for you all to hand off your work of your gold tables and make that available in Power BI for analysis, right? How it works is it basically takes your metadata about the data set you have, the exact path, the columns, the data types, the cluster you're using to query it, the security details, sends that metadata over to Power BI, right? So that you can directly start, making use of it, or your analysts start making use of it without any other configuration or having to remember all of these connectivity details. What we've done this year is we now added that to the Workflows UI because we know, not a lot of your admins are in the UI clicking stuff, right? So that you can now select Power BI as a task type directly as you're building your workflows. And as part of your workflow, right, let's say you're adding a column, you're removing a column, you're changing metadata. What you can do is whenever you rerun this workflow now, all of those metadata changes or whatever else you're doing will be published to Power BI, so you don't have to kind of think about the separate process to keep them in sync. You can just tag them along to your workflow that you're doing already in the Databricks UI here. And there's a bunch of configuration options that we propose here. You can pick, for example, whether something should be direct query, import mode, hybrid mode later on, and a lot of things like that. We're excited about this one. But yeah. All right, so next up, we have Toussaint going to be talking about the published Tableau experience.
Got it. So this is the Explore and Tableau experience that I talked about previously. Just a quick sidebar, talking about the experience we also built for Power BI. We have the published to here. So we're in Unity Catalog, and say I'm an analyst, and I'm like, I just need to visualize this data right now in Tableau for whatever the case may be. Maybe my boss is asking for this information, and I need to do it as quick as possible. So directly from Unity Catalog, I would take that information. I would hit Explore in Tableau Cloud, and then Tableau is going to launch. I'll have to configure my connection. 1 second here. And now the connection is live. So as John mentioned for Power BI, the metadata is just what was published to Tableau. And from here, then I can start doing my analytics workloads. So say, for example, I took the pickup zip code information, and now I have a visualization. So what I'm just showing you here is that the connection is live, and as I interact with this Tableau dashboard, the information is going to be queried from Databricks and then visualized into Tableau Cloud. And so we're really just trying to simplify that experience. And so the last one is, say for example, you don't just want to visualize the data, you want to be able to interact with it, change the data. That's where the Power Platform connector can come in and help you all. So as I mentioned, it allows you to create Power Apps, Power Automation workflows, and Copilot Studio agents. I'll focus on the Power Apps piece within this demo. Within Power Apps, we allow you to read from Databricks so you can show data, but then we also allow you to write data back to your Databricks instance as long as you have those permissions in Unity Catalog. So that's something I want to be very clear on. This is all governed by Unity Catalog and the permissions that you've set up. And then just to touch on the other pieces, with the Power Automate flows, we're hitting the SQL execution API directly, and so that is for those use cases where you need to query a large amount of data, or maybe you want to do batch updates and you want to send 30 or 40 rows for a merge statement. You can use the Power Automate capabilities of SQL, and then Copilot Studio, you can use Databricks as a knowledge source when building your agents. So just give me 1 second here to set this up. Okay, so we're in Power Apps, and I've already created a connection here, so I won't bore you with that piece. But just to show you what the experience is like, you hit Add Data, you find the Azure Databricks connector, because again, this is only available for Azure Databricks right now. You click that, you select which connection that you want to use. Say, for example, I want to use this connection here. Now it's going to show me the catalogs that are available for me to use from Unity Catalog. Let's say I click the one that says Power App, right? And it's going to show me then the table name, but it's going to have the schema and catalog prepended to it, so that if you have duplicated table names in a catalog, you won't get confused of which table that you're actually trying to access. So I'll close out of that, and then you would be able to see the data that is in your application directly within the Power Apps UI. And then just to give you a quick overview of what's happening in this application, this is live pulling information from Databricks, so that same table that I just showed you is what is populating the sidebar. And then we're doing some filtering based on the search criteria. So if I hit play on the application, let's see, if I'm able to type this, I type a name, and basically what's happening is it's executing a SQL query on the Databricks side to filter for this particular bit of information. If I delete, all right, it's gonna, again, refilter. I can do sorting by name, right? So all of the core Power FX functions that you would be looking to support, Databricks is able to translate those to SQL and execute against those. And I select one, and it shows it here. So then that's the reading portion of it. But then if we talk about the ability to update records or create new records or delete records, that capability also exists. So if I create a record, let's just do this really fast. Fair, okay, that's not a real fair. $45, and let's just call it primary key of 1040. So when I submit this, this is again translating the PowerFX command to Databricks SQL, insert statements, and is inserting the data into your table that is already existing in Unity Catalog. And we got a success metric notification here. So if I search for, I think I typed AAA, then you see the data here as well. This works for update statements as well as deletions. So that's the Power Platform connector as it relates to Power Apps. And again, this works for Power Automate. You can write SQL queries in Copilot Studio. You'll be able to use the agent workflows and ask questions of your Databricks data. So that is the end of the demos that we have. So we want to open it up to you all to be able to ask questions, and hopefully we can help answer those questions live or maybe do a follow-up.